Kia ora, hello, how are you? Yeah, me back again. What is it? I think this is number 6, number 7. And I just thought I'd continue on the series, if you like, of my book, Seeing, Feeling, Hearing and Being with Spirit. You know, just reading little excerpts and we have a chat about it. I'd already done chapter 1 and chapter 2, so that's good. And that's just really kind of an interim of really starting to notice your feelings. How do you notice your feelings? You just take a time and a moment just to go within and see what comes up for you. I mean, anxiety is really easy to feel. Sadness, joy, disgust, guilt, all of those. You just need to take a moment and check in. And so that was the first couple of chapters. Chapter 3 is about stones, but we'll come back to that as you work toward healing, and perhaps I'll bring it in with another chapter with the healing symbols as well, because both of those work really well together. Instead, I'm going to go straight to psychometry, chapter 4. There we go. And just a short little intro, really. And I'll give you a bit more explanation about it. Psychometry by Merlin. We know there are troubling times ahead, but what we are about to say will help you with resilience and inner strength to carry on the work that your contract has specified. We want you to know that we are here for you. All you have to do is ask. Learning more of these skills will give you the confidence and more resilience against what might lie ahead. We want you to understand psychometry and how it works. Everything from this earth has the capacity to take on energy from the person who is wearing it or carrying it around with them. It can be found in any form: jewelry, meaningful possessions, and things that you have an emotional attachment to. The vibration of that object will take on your vibration and act as a conductor of your energy and feelings, both past and future, and probably present as well. Be quiet and still and hold the object in your right hand or cup it between both hands. Sit, wait, and feel what is happening. You may see visions or pictures, or you may get words. Emotions or feelings are easier to pick up. They are all vibrations, different resonances of your emotions. Each feeling or emotion has a different frequency, and it is up to you to read that frequency and interpret those waves. So that said, if you think about sadness, it's kind of and joy is more up and down. So when we talk about frequencies, we can see lines, or we can feel lines of what's going on, or the energy that flows through, really, that's what it's about. And so just feeling that energy coming up and coming down, you notice these things. It's like radio waves. We have short wave and long wave. Everything has a frequency. And so by opening yourself up, doing some meditation, sitting still, sitting upright, you can start feeling what is around you. So you could even notice, put your hand on a tree. I know this sounds weird. It's a bit of a tree hugging link thing. And you can actually feel that tree's emotion. I used to do a circle in New Zealand, and we actually did that. We went to the botanical gardens, and we each put our hand on a particular tree or a plant. And all 6 of us came up with relatively the same experience, the same words of that tree. For instance, there was one tree that was by the road, beautiful big oak tree, but it was kind of choked up. And when we all kind of tuned in, it was like, I don't really want to be here. It's like, this isn't my country, and I'm next to the road. Felt bleh. Whereas when we went further into the botanical gardens, there was a place which was New Zealand natives. And when you even step into that area, it just felt so much joyous and light and easy. So you can do that. You can go into the forest and just feel what those trees feel like. Or if you're walking down the street and you're parked up by a bus stop and there's a tree there, see how that feels. So it's about learning, it's about experience, and it's just about noticing emotions and feelings, really. And that way you can separate yours from everything else. And that way you know what you're working on and not what you're picking up. All right. So I'm just going to read a little bit more of this one with the psychometry. Try and feel the emotion, what it brings up for you. Be aware about how your emotion reacts in your body. Different people will have different interpretations. Take down notes at first when learning, but you will find it becomes more comfortable with each reading. Practice with your friends, colleagues, and acquaintances, building up your confidence with people you do know, allowing what you feel and becoming more comfortable in translating what there is for people. Once you have more confidence, then you can work with others that you do not know and trusting what is revealed. The reading starts with a clean slate and less bias. You will have no preconceived ideas about what you think you may discover. Be careful with this. With each practice or reading, you will become more finely tuned. Notice and compare with each experience you have. Remember, if your visions come from your own personal experience and your own selective perception, then it is not theirs, it is yours. Be careful. Don't bring that in. Go to the nothingness and allow the visuals, words, or feelings to come through. Your understanding of a situation could be subjective as drawing off your own experiences and not related to their life experiences. They will have different dynamics, and what is meaningful to them may not be to you. So this is really saying is like, don't bring your own personal experience in. Don't go, oh, I felt like that when that happened to me. Oh, yes, you must feel like this. No, that's almost a judgment. We don't really like to judge. We like to accept, and we like to give compassion, and we like kindness. And so if you just say, all of a sudden you see a blue car in your future, or you see a blue car around you. It's funny enough, I was teaching yoga one time, and people said, hey, what do you noticed about me, Tiff? What do I need to know? I've got a decision to make. And I went, oh, all right, then we'll just see what happens. I held her ring, which is psychometry. And I went, I see a blue car around you. She went, that's funny, because we were looking at a blue car at the weekend. We were wondering whether to buy it. And I went, well, think about the engine, just give it a bit of a oil check, but otherwise it feels okay. Anyway, that weekend she went out with a bought and blue car. So be careful what you think. Oh, that's crazy. Why am I suddenly thinking of a blue car? Well, who knew that this lady was actually thinking of the blue car or had been seeing a blue car? And actually, in fact, talking about cars, I had another experience. Somebody rang me up and went, Tiff, my daughter's thinking about buying this particular car. And I went, all right, what's the make and model, colour? More about colour for me. And I took a moment in my meditation and I noticed that there seemed to be an oil leak and there was something with the fuel line. And I let him know and he got a mechanic to have a look at it and it was exactly that. So sometimes you've just got to, it's almost like a stab in the dark and you've just got to give it your best shot if you want to help people with decisions or allowing them more opportunities or more choices, if you like, and get them to see what feels right for them. So I'm going to leave you with that, and then we'll talk more on the next chapter. You have a nice afternoon. Ka kite.